live today from inside A&M Farms package shed. We want to give everybody a kind of a sneak peek of what we do in the process of how we get the onions to the store shelf, and eventually how we get the onions to any of our customers that we have online. We've gone through the process of growing the onions, we've gone through the process of drying the onions, talking about technical things that we look at. Now we're just going to kind of show you the process of packing the onions. So here in our package shed, this is what we consider our big line. This is where every onion that we run, that we grow, will come through this line at some point before it goes into a carton. What you'll see on the very far end where the light's probably a little blurry, there's some bin boxes. We showed in the previous videos, the bin boxes hold about 1,100 pounds of onions. And we have a dumper that dumps 2 bin boxes at a time. So that dumper will dump those onions, and then that'll begin bringing the onions down the conveyor belts into the processing line, so that then our graders are able to start looking for defects. Now again, as you see as they're coming through, defects that they're looking for is any type of moisture, anything that catches their eye that would cause that onion to not store as long as maybe a healthy onion does. Now again, you can see we've got about 13, 14 people grading right now. The onions are coming through at a decent pace, not too bad. We've slowed things down just to kind of make sure we give them that extra look. Don't get me wrong, sometimes onions will slip by because it's hard to see. Yeah. You can see the videos, they've got that color to them that is hard to get underneath the layers. We can only see or take out product that has either moisture or something we can visually look at. Yep. So a lot of times it's a challenge. It depends on what part of the field that these onions were in, if there's any internal problems, if there was late season rain, if there was kind of disease. It's hard for us to know that every onion is perfect. I would love for every onion to be perfect, but as you can see, we know that it's not, and that's the reason why we have the graders. So again, they're taking out any defects that we do not want to have on the store shelf. Yep.
So they go down this line and they come into the packing shed from here?
So they'll come, after they get dumped, they come down the first line up at the top is what we call the soup line. Yeah. All of you can pretty much probably figure out why we call it a soup line. But usually, later in the season of harvest, that is the place where the most rotten onions will come down. Yeah. And so we're throwing them out. They'll eventually go straight out to our shredder, and our shredder will take them and shred them into woods that we have. And then you come down, there's a red grater that's taking out all the small onions. Now again, we've already pre-graded these, so they've already been sized. Yeah. Any of the small onions would come down, and then they would be graded again before they're packed. The rest of the onions would come through, and they go through a set of brushes. What the brushes are doing is basically just wiping off, polishing the onions up a little bit, getting any kind of loose husk off of them the best that we can, so that the graders can see any of the defects. Yeah. So that's what they're doing now. The onions have been brushed, and they're coming down, and that's what the graders are doing. Sometimes it's not a super tough job as far as what you're looking for, because if the quality's good, it's like they're just going. But it's just think about it. They're standing still, and that conveyor belt's just steady moving with new product constantly. So it does disorientate you some. So we'll run for about an hour and 45 minutes, and then we'll stop and take a break. And I know whenever I get on the line and I'm grading, a lot of times I'll stand on there for 5 or 10 minutes. And as soon as I'll turn around, my phone will ring, or I need to go do something, I'll turn around, and then I'm like, uh-oh, trying to get a little distance. But the folks do a really good job. I mean, they're used to this. They just got a knack for it. The lady here on the end's been with us for many years, and so because she's so good, she's usually the best graders are usually the ones on the very end, because they're the ones that they can see so much more coming through. We tend to, myself included, if I'm going to grade onions, I'm going to be in the very front, because that's where they're wanting us to grade out the easiest defects. So that's why I usually like to go to the front. Because if I'm sitting there and I'm not busy at the front, then that means that the onions are good all the way through. So, but it's, you can see this is our windstorm of onion husks.
Yeah.
So our machine that we have here, this is an extraction machine. What it does is it takes and sucks up the onion husk. Right now it's down, so we're just blowing all the husk everywhere. We just have to sweep it up later. But this machine will take all the dust out of here, pull all the husk, so that we can try to keep the area as clean as possible. Onion husk can get a little slippery, so it's kind of a safety hazard too. So we try to keep everything sweating up that we lose, and just try to make it as most presentable as possible. Now what we've done, we've entered in from the grade there, you can kind of see the little fan right there. That was up into the size of this. We know that you've seen videos past years. This is a deer 24. Because the onions are coming across. They're falling down on these belts, these little D belts that are kind of green. What he's doing is just spinning that onion around, trying to stimulate it. And then the onion gets put onto the cup sizer, which is a black cup. We try to get it one onion in every cup. And then what that does is the onion will go across the second set, the open set there is a scale. And so what that's doing is that's actually weighing the onion. This is weighing the onions, this little section right here. You see the little metal brackets? That's our scale. So each onion is weighed, and then it sends a signal to the computer that's in the tower that says, hey, this onion weighs X amount of pounds or X amount of ounces. And so and then the computer tells it, okay, put it in this exit. Also what it does is it tells them, okay, it needs to be stickered as well. So you'll see here that the onions are being stickered. Each onion that we have, especially going to retail, has to have a sticker on it. So that's what this machine right here does. So it does pretty much, it's about a 98% accuracy on these machines, and everything's running right. As you can see, as they go across, every onion has a sticker on it.
So the stickers are for grocery stores?
That's correct.
Our farm to door do not have stickers,
no,
correct?
No, our farm to door won't have a sticker on it. This is retail side of things. It's one of their requirements.
Yep.
So that they'll have it in the store, so it's easy for them to identify what it is and to ring it up. And also to make sure that it doesn't get mislabeled or misbranded in the store. Then next, after they're stickered, the machine has told it which one to go to, so each one of these little belts that you see is an exit, and that's what we call our carton fillers. So our carton fillers, we're basically doing exactly what it says. We're filling the carton. There's 40 pounds of onions in each one, so it'll run 40 pounds back, and then fill that carton, and it goes through. As you can see, this is going to start going down, and it's starting. Right here, what we have is a printer. And what this printer's doing is, once this box is filled, you can see as this one right here is coming, the bottom left corner where it's got the barcode on it.
Oh yeah.
those printers are applying the barcode. That barcode identifies where this onion was grown, which field, which lot, what variety it is, what day it was harvested, what storage room we put it in, which, you know, everything that we've done to this onion, we can identify it from that lot. So that's the main reason. That's part of the law now for produce, is that you have to be able to identify where it is and where it comes from. So, you know, if you ever get a chance to see a carton in the store and you're curious which farm it came from, you're not able to tell by the brand. If you never see the carton, it can identify for you where that onion, which farm that onion should have come from.
Now, as these go down, where do these head right now?
Yep. So now what these are doing, these are coming down through our traffic cop here. Coming down a check weighter. This check weighter is making sure that we have over 40 pounds of onions in the box. So like this one's coming by and it weighs 40.82. It's gonna kick it off because it's including the box weight in there. So these guys will check weigh. They'll put an onion in there, take an onion out. That one's gonna go on through. So it's just another way that we check and recheck just to make sure that we're trying to abide by all the regulations and rules. So, right here, they've been passed for inspection. They're coming down the line and into our tape machine. So the tape machine is just another way for us to so the tape machine is one of those things that when everything's working right, it'll be a consistent tape on each and every box. Therefore it stacks better and neater so that we can assure that the palletizer does a better job of stacking the pallets also. And what you got here is our this is what we call this Fred the robot.
Okay.
So packing house folks are pretty much named Fred. But we've been, you know, anytime we go through technology and add new equipment, we've always got a learning curve.
Yeah.
And the partners that we have in this stuck behind us so good, so well. You know, every day that we run it, we realize, hey, let's do this to it. Let's tweak this. Let's make it better. And we're finally getting down to the end of everything, to where we feel like we are becoming more and more efficient with it. You know, everybody knows that the cost of labor continues to go up. The challenges that we face with finding labor has been we face it every day.
Yeah.
But one thing that we have to look at here is when we're packing on really good days, busy days, we may have to stack 3,000 or 4,000 40-pound boxes on a pallet or on pallets. So with that going on, physically, what started happening was the pallet stackers were our highest turnover of employees. So we put in the palletizer to try to help reduce that.
Wow.
And you know, again, we're just now kind of working out these kinks, but you know, it's getting better and better. I mean, so now one guy can stand here when everything's working good and manage the system, basically stack everything for us now.
Wow.
And so
and it's wrapping them in this back box right here. It looks like. So what it's doing is it's putting a plastic wrap around them. Yeah.
So so that whenever we transport them or whenever they go to the distribution center, whichever retailer that they're going to, a lot of retailers now are going to these robots that stack the pallets pretty high. So we want to make sure and assure that they're tightly woven so that the boxes won't tip over and they will that they'll make it into the store without falling and hurting anybody.
Yeah.
The door will open up. Pallet just comes on out.
Cool.
And our forklift driver will come whenever he gets a section of load the truck, he'll pick it up.
Beautiful.
Yep. Then the final thing before we get ready is we'll stick it with a pallet tag, and then again that'll let us know where everything came from for these orders.
Yep.
You can see right back here we're getting ready to look like the loading truck. We stage everything in the back. You can see we've got watermelons going now too. We've just about got, I think, all the onions gone for the day. We had to pack, so now I think this is the watermelon truck.
Yeah.
What we do is we come through every order that we start to pick up. We begin to inventory it and stick it in so that whenever the trucks get here, we try to make it as easy as we can for Alejandro, so that whenever he's loading it, it's kind of he can just go and go and get these trucks out of here. Today, you can see it can pile up pretty quick on us in here. So we are always constantly having trucks come in, trucks go out.